Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I am continuing my playthrough of Skies Above Britain. If you saw my previous episode, you know that I made a fatal error in the vector sequence. What's it called? It's not vector sequence, RAID vector sequence. Where I incorrectly thought that I could make contact with the raid after this flak result on the second inbound vector marker that we drew, which was actually illegal because I wasn't at high altitude. So I am going to be replaying patrol number 2, but starting from the point that I made that error. So I've got everything set back up, all of our pilots back assigned to where they should be. The state of the raid track reset. We've spent 1 fuel thus far, and we had a flak result from the first inbound vector marker that was applied to the bomber formation, or will be applied to it once we find them. And so now we need to resolve this marker, which was just revealed. And as I mentioned, we do our 2 flak, but then for our tally-ho option, the only thing we're going to be able to do is either move to an adjacent zone or change altitude. And I think what we're going to do is change altitude so that we're high, so that when these start getting revealed, if we get another flak result, then we will be able to do an immediate contact. Actually, no, these aren't going to get revealed anymore. I just remembered. So, but it'll at least allow us to make contact normally during the contact step. All right, and then the other thing I still have to do, which this is very painful, I have to remove all of these bomber kills that we had from our invalidated playthrough. Now, Bailey did have one from the first patrol, so we'll restore that for him. But all of these other bomber kills go away. And another one down here. We didn't get any escort kills. So we did have, I think it was 6 bomber kills. So all those are wiped, and this really hurts, erasing these 13 victory points that we had earned. We're certainly not going to be able to do that, repeat that performance, since they've already dropped their or will have already dropped their ordnance. All of these are gone. Isolated Ketas and the 6 bombers. So sad. All right, I will go ahead and leave this in there because remember, Bailey is our only, well, I guess it depends on if he's killed, then we have to choose somebody else. So I guess I'll erase his name for the bumpy landing, which was the random event that we rolled for patrol number 2. And we'll see who that ends up being. All right. So with that, I think we are ready to resume. So we need our 2 flak markers. Again, even though we're using Spitfires, the flak is always on the Hurricane side. So we got another fuselage with a 10 catastrophic possibility. And a wing with a 10 catastrophic possibility. All right. And then we resolve the second raid marker, which, oh, well, first we do our tally-ho option. So we're going to spend a fuel and go to high altitude. I really wish they would have given you a large version of this blue block. I think in the TTS module there is one, but not in the physical game. All right, and then we resolve the raid marker, and since it's already, or the raid result, since it's already in play, bombers drop their ordnance. We remove all the inbound vector markers, move the raid marker to the turn space, and then if the sun marker is out, which it is not currently, then we would roll to see where it moves to. So all these go away. And we move this to the turn space. And we can go ahead and set out our outbound vector markers. Like so. All right. And that concludes the, where are we at? The reveal step. So now we spend a fuel. And now we have the option to make contact. And yes, we are going to do that. So we need to roll on the contact table. Where did I? Yes, that's right. It's on the sequence of play. So we are in an adjacent zone. There's no clouds. And hopefully we can get the result that we did before and come in nose low and then be able to shift to nose high. But we'll have to see if that happens again. Seven. Nope. Oh, and we had to spend the fuel for that because we're in an adjacent zone. Burning through that fuel. And then we have the option to come in tail low, or we can switch to flank low. Which I don't remember. Do we get to see where the escorts are first? Let me double check that. I think there's a procedure contact with the raid marker. Before contact. So map. Choose to make contact. All RAF fighters are currently lost on. That's that. Blah blah blah. This does not say, so let me check the rule book. Okay, no, because the visibility is haze, we do not get to know where the escorts are until after we choose our position. If it had been clear when the first raid marker or raid result was revealed, then we would have placed the escorts. So we just have to kind of guess or assume where they might be. But let's compare what tail low versus flank low is going to look like. So flank low, if it's no escorts, 7, then it could be anywhere from 3 to 11. Hopefully we don't get one in the high station. If we're tail low, we're going to have the disadvantage there. Well, depending on which bombers they are, I guess. If they're Stukas, then you can ignore this for tail low. But yeah, pretty bad there too, but 11. So it may be worth spending the fuel to be able to come in on flank. Though I don't know, it's not. I mean, that's the same. This is better. This is better. This is better. So the only thing that would be worse is if they were in trailing. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and spend the fuel. I think we got plenty. We're not going to be able to spend much time in there anyway, I don't think. So we'll spend another fuel. Oops. To go to approach at flank low, and we can choose either port or starboard. I don't know that it makes that much difference since we don't know where the escorts are. So we'll go there, and now we get to see where our escorts show up. I meant to print this off. So I wouldn't have to keep flipping in the scenario book or situation manual. But let's hope we get another high roll. And we won't have to deal with that high station, hopefully. 11, yeah, nice. Man, almost no escort. So we got a 109 light in the lead position. So 109 light, lead, so way out there. So that should help. All right, I think that is all for the contact step. So that immediately ends the raid vector sequence, and we go to the interception sequence. Let's see what our bomber interception option is going to be here. So we're flank low. We're going to have to spend another fuel for that. And potentially to re-roll. But with the escorts in the lead, we only need a 5 or higher. So hopefully we can get that. So I think we'll do like we did before in our first take on patrol number 2. And just ignore the escorts and go straight for the bombers. So we're going to give a bombers command to the entire squadron. That'll take us to the intercept step. So we check for success or failure. We need a 5 or higher. We got it. I forgot to spend our fuel because we're intercepting from a low position. So there's that, and we did make it in. So now we get to find out Or were we supposed to find out once we made contact? I think, yeah, I skipped a step there, sorry. In the contact step, because it's not cloudy, we were supposed to find out what our bombers would be. Let me go ahead and backtrack a little here and do that. 1 and 3. I think that might be Stukas. Let's see. Yes, 1 through 6 is Stukas, and 3 is going to be this formation here. So I will get that set up and be right back. Whoops, I just realized it was still recording. Thought I paused it. All right. Okay, I've got everything set up here. I went ahead and brought the fighters down as well, since we did make a successful interception. And our squadron marker comes off of the interception map. So let's see what we want to do here. Well, first we got 3 flak that we need to assign. So we'll go starting from down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So divide by 2 for that, and then the usual with the blue die to select which bomber. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be this one, and 2 will be the left bomber. This will be the first 10 fuselage that we pulled. See if it was catastrophic. No. Next was another 10 fuselage. And we'll just ignore it if we get this one this time. We'll re-roll it. Okay, 1. And then 2 is going to be this one again. Let's see if that's catastrophic. No. And then for the last one, we'll re-roll if it gets to be either of these. 3, 4 here. And then 10 is going to be the one there. And that has a 10 on the wing. See if that was catastrophic. And it is not. Which I think is good, because then we got some already damaged bombers to work with. And remember, the Stukas only take 3 damage to down, so to destroy, I should say. All right, well, we're going to be approaching from the port side. Let's go ahead and figure out who we want to send where. Definitely want to go after this one with at least a couple. This one with a couple. We'll send a couple after this one. And let's see, we'll probably want to try to just focus on those 3 tiles then, because we're not getting points for isolating them now. So once we get those 3 tiles isolated, that's going to be 9 bombers to go after, which is more than enough. So why don't we're going to get 2 cracks at these things, so I think we won't overcommit on any of the damaged ones. Let's focus then on some of these others. We'll go 3 after that one. And I think maybe we'll resolve this one first, so that'll be able to count all of them in the for disruption results. And then once they isolate, we want to have everything else over here. So I think we'll do these 3 on this tile. So that way we can do this one first, try to get it isolated quickly. Then we can resolve this one while we still have those counting. I guess then it's, it's either or, it doesn't really matter. And then hopefully we'll get a low isolation requirement for the 3rd one. All right, so we need our light bomber tiles, or cards. We're going to need some Stuka lone bomber tiles. Got those ready. Get our damage and hits close by. Let's start wrecking us some bombers. Ooh. All right, bomber tiles good and shuffled. Let's see what red 3 does. Up here, coming in starboard. So it disrupts on 10. So we got 12 plus 3. We got 15 on it right now. So that's going to happen, but then low ammo and return fire. So no damage, unfortunately. So isolate. Low ammo. And return fire. It is a hit. Rudder 8. Green 3. Now on an isolated tile. Falls out with 6. There's only going to be 4 once we add this dorsal gunner damage. So no distress result there. Also no low ammo and no return fire, which was nice. Okay, so that completes that tile. Let's go over here with red 2. Up here, 7 is definitely going to disrupt them. We get a damage and a low ammo. That is good. Damage, isolate. Or sorry, that's not damage, that's low ammo. Low ammo, isolate, and then damage. Wing with a 10. Let's see if it goes down. No. All right. Next we have red leader. See if he can finish him off. Isolated tile now. No, he does fall out of formation though. Low ammo and a collision check. So let's see about the collision check. Ooh, dangerously close. Low ammo, and they are now a fallen bomber, so we'll put them up over here. Put these guys with them. And a fallen marker in his place. All right, then blue 2. Isolated tile. Just distress on a 3, and we've got 4. So that will happen. Which means both of those are lone bombers now. So we can get rid of this tile. Lone bomber, lone bomber. And blue leader. Now on a lone bomber. Man, one of those would have been nice. Damage and low ammo. Fuselage. Remember too, on these Stukas, 1 engine damage takes them out as well. All right, and then blue 3, lone bomber, damage, and low ammo. Nope, I put that on the wrong side, I just realized. Didn't make a difference. Fuselage. 2 fuselage hits on that one. Man, we haven't managed to knock any of them down yet. Okay. These guys back in the shot here. Let's go up here now to green 2. We're up top here again. 11, no. We have 6 currently. Just a low ammo. That was disappointing. Green leader. 9, not quite. But we do hit the dorsal gunner low ammo. All right, yellow 2. 11, nope. But damage and jammed. So we'll obviously resolve the damage first and then the jammed. So we don't have to roll for this one at least. Wing. Oops, sorry, wrong side. Wing. And jammed. And then we've got yellow leader. Still up here. Man, another 11. Wow. We got all the low ones when we didn't need it, and then we got the high ones when we didn't have enough. But a damage and low ammo. Fuselage. And let's see if we can at least get this guy isolated here. Make it easier for the second pass. 8. I think we're going to have enough this time. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this will add a 10th. So we do manage to isolate them, which also isolates the one in the back. And we get our, we go low ammo. And then we get that third hit. So we do manage to destroy one finally. And that was yellow 3, piloted by Phelps. Hey, I got that kill. Nice. All right. Even though I'm not going to almost certainly not going to score as many points as the first go round. Hey, at least I got a bomber kill this time. All right, so that's going to do it for the burst phase. So now everyone disengages. We'll go ahead and slide these up. Because we're going to ignore those. We're going to ignore this. And primarily focus on it's nice. We only got one hit. That was pretty good. We're going to focus on these. All right, so hit check, just red 3 there with his rudder 8. Let's see if this is trivial. Yes, nice. All right, so then we... that concludes the bomber cycle, so we resume back to where we were in the intercept phase, and we go to the entropy phase, which puts us right back in the bomber formation. So now we want to try to finish off these ones that have 2 damage. I think we definitely want to send at least one, and we'll just go from the flank again. 1 against each of them. At least. And then these ones that are still on tiles, I think we want to send a couple so that we can maybe get them to fall as well. Let's send another one here. Oops. And then we've still got this one that's lone with no damage yet. So let's send 3 after that one. That leaves us a few for backup that we could either send after another fighter or provide some backup here to make sure we get them. Not to make sure, but to make it more likely. Yeah, because I'm afraid. Well, you know what? Let's take our chances. Let's just go after. Let's see, if this one gets destroyed, then that one will become a lone bomber as well. So let's send 3. Let's send all 3 of these guys against that one. Also, we can actually do this one first. We'll have a higher probability of knocking them loose. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, well, let's start with our 2 loners here, see if they can finish off that last damage that we need. So blue, who was that, blue 2? No, blue leader. Against the lone bomber from the flank, there it is, destroyed, and he's out of ammo. So blue leader gets a kill. I need to remember to mark these on the back as well, so we know how many we've gotten this patrol. So that's our second bomber kill this patrol, and blue leader is flown by Hooli. All right, good job, Hooli. Next, we'll do green 2, piloted by Timmons. There it is. Then he takes some return fire. So Timmons gets a kill. Bomber kill. That's 3. We've gotten 3 points at least so far. Still a far cry from the 13 we illegally obtained last time. Oh, these are supposed to go back in there. Then we need to draw a return fire marker for him. And it's a low ammo, so he just runs out of ammo. Okay. All right, why don't we try up here next? We've got yellow 2 with jammed guns. So we're on an isolated tile. We do have 5, so he's going to fall out, which will make both of those lone bombers then. We do get a damage result, possibly, and then low ammo. So let's give him his low ammo, and then roll to see if his damage gets through. Need an even for that. Yes. Okay, it's an engine damage. That's destroyed. One engine damage destroys these guys. So nice job. Yellow 2, piloted by, we already said that, Timmons, right? Wait a minute. Already marked him. Oh, is he the? Oh, he's the one that got the bomber kill in round 1 too. Wow, nice. Very nice. 4 killed so far. Yeah, that was it for him, right? Yep. And then these 2 still have to draw cards. And in the case of where the bomber gets destroyed, the ones that follow on just have to use the same row that the previous one did. So even though he got a fallen result or knocked it out with the distress, they still have to use the isolated tile row to resolve theirs. Yeah, that's covered right here in the rules under the burst step, no target. If the bomber is destroyed before a fighter gets a chance to perform the burst step, draw a bomber card and apply all results except damage, same row as previous attack. So they still have to use the isolated tile row for that. Whoops. Knocking his low ammo marker off of him. Okay, so for red 3, isolated, so the only thing that happens is he goes low ammo, so he's out. Let me get the, destroyed marker on there. And then red leader, he also gets low ammo. Okay, and then this becomes a lone bomber. All right, so let's see if we can finish this guy off with these 2. Blue 2, lone bomber. Yes, there's the 3rd damage. And they go low ammo. Blue 2 is flown by Grigsby. He gets 1. And it puts us up to 5. He goes low ammo. Running out of low ammo markers. And then still have to draw a card for blue 3. Same row as before, so lone bomber and his guns are jammed. All right. Yellow 3. Lone bomber, starboard report, low ammo. He's out. Green 3. Dorsal gunner hit and low ammo. That's my last low ammo marker. Everybody might have one now, so I think we're all right. And a dorsal gunner hit. All right, we need red 2 to get lucky here with an engine or a cockpit. dorsal gunner, low ammo. So he's out. And that one might end up getting away with 2 hits. Okay, that just leaves the one down here, still part of Aketa. Green leader, who is low on ammo. Gets a no, we're here, sorry. Well, he does fall out, and then low ammo and return fire. All right, hopefully that'll make it easier for yellow leader to finish him off. And fallen marker for that. All right, yellow leader, it's up to you. Yes. And he runs out of ammo. Let's see what it was, just for fun. Engine, so that would have done it on its own. All right, so yellow leader, piloted by Upchurch. Wow, yellow section with 4 kills there. Phelps for 1, Timmons for 2, and Upchurch for 1. All right, so that gives us 6, which is the same number of bombers we got last time. We're just missing on the 7 isolated Keta points that we would have had. Okay, no hit checks. Wow, look at that. That's right. We did have 1 return fire result, but it ended up being a low ammo. So these light bombers, the return fire from the light bombers seems to be less deadly, which makes sense. All right, so everyone disengages. Unfortunately, it looks like we do have, what do we got here? We got 3 guys. No, 4 guys that still have ammo left. So we could leave them out to try to finish those 2 off. But then we might risk them taking a dunk in the channel. We'll see. 2 of them have jammed guns, so. All right, so that concludes the bomber cycle. And we will make sure they're not touching. We will continue back into the interception sequence with escort reaction. Let's see if we get jumped. No ambush, nice. Lead section, no call for help from lead. So yeah, nothing happens. It's not cloudy, so they don't disappear into the clouds. So that's a nothing card. Then we have chase, but we have nobody lost contact, so we skip that. Patrol complete, no. Fuel. Still doing okay on fuel. Escort recovery, no, we didn't suppress any. Escort exit. So on the turn spot, there is a check for 109 exit on a 10 or higher. Look at that thing spin. Oh, 9. So close. There is no channel patrol yet. I think the next spot will have one. Reform. Again, nobody's lost contact, so raid vector. So this goes to here. And we reveal this, which is a straggler. And no, I don't think we want to. Well, I don't know. Do we? Let me think about this. If we sent everybody after all the guys that still have ammo after the straggler. Let me see if I'm even allowed to do that. Yeah, the rules say unless they're lost contact, you may not assign a lone RAF fighter to attack the straggler. So you can't send anybody from the bomber formation after them. So that will just be ignored. And that will take us to swirl again. So no one's in the interception map, so we skip orders and intercept. Go to the entropy phase, back to the bomber formation. Everyone that's no ammo is going to RTB. So let me just take all these off. Wait a minute. Well, that's jammed. Sorry. It's like he's no ammo and he's low ammo. So it should be 8, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. All right. And they will all go back to that spot where their fuel markers are. And that doesn't leave anyone from red section, so we can remove their fuel cube. All right, we're going to see if we can finish these last 2 off. And then hope nobody goes for a swim in the channel. Again, we'll approach from the flank. Time is of the essence, so we don't want to be delayed by trying a nose or a tail approach. And we will start with yellow 2, who already has 2 bomber kills. Let's see if he can make it a hat trick. Yeah, wait, how did this get in here? That's a tailed card for hurricanes. Okay, so we ran through the whole deck. I guess it's enough for 2 full combat rounds of all 16 or 12 fighters. So 24 bomber cards. Same thing happened last time when we were doing the medium bombers. I was wondering why we still had one left. I was like, well, maybe the light bomber deck has one more card. All right. Now, let's see what Timmons can do. Lone bomber from the flank. Yes, he gets his 3rd kill. And finally runs. Well, maybe. We got to see if his guns are jammed. And yes. But now the jam is removed. And he runs out of ammo. So he does not get the hat trick. Let's see if green 3 can finish them off. Rathbone. No. Man. Return fire. It's a hit. Wing 5. Hopefully that's trivial. Okay, your guys' turn. Blue 3. Or sorry, blue 3 is Rathbone. Who was this? Green 3. That's Alan. So now it's Rathbone. Well, he does get it, but let's see if it actually goes through. No. Wow. Guess I should have sent my non-jammed guns first. All right, last chance here. Blue 2. Who is this? Grigsby. He's already got 1 kill. Boom, there it is. And now everyone's out of ammo. But we did get 1 more. Bomber kill. Let's see what it would have been. Another engine that would have taken him out by itself. We should have drawn that earlier. Okay, so Grigsby gets another one, which gives us 7 total. Well, 7 isn't 13, but that's still pretty good for not catching them until after they drop their bombs. And having Spitfire, or having Stukas, I mean, definitely helped. All right, let's see. Everybody disengages. This guy's going to end up getting away. Need a 5 or higher. No. So green 3, piloted by Alan, goes to the wing fate box. And he still had ammo left too. Oh well. All right, then we go back to escort reaction. All right, no, don't need to worry about clouds. No help arrives from lead, but lead does move to ahead. Trailing would move to low. So lead station is going to move to the ahead station. And no ambush. So once again, we elude the escorts. Nothing to do for chase. Patrol is not complete. So we spend another fuel. Actually, Grigsby was the last, or Alan was the last green fighter left. Green section fighter, I should say. So just blue and yellow now. That's going to take us to escort recovery. We don't need to do escort exit. It's still a 10 for 109 exit. Yes, they do. So if they were heavy, they would just reduce, but they actually go away. But now we do have to worry about channel patrol. So the green number there is also a 10. So on a 10 or higher, we will have a channel patrol coming after us. No. Reform, nothing to do. Raid vector. So now we are in that channel recovery spot. And it's another straggler, which we have to ignore since no one's lost contact. And all the fighters are in the bomber formation. And we swirl again. So skip, skip, bomber formation, approach step. These guys will all RTB. And since they aren't in a spot where they may have to bail out, they're safe from a channel recovery check. No fighters in the bomber formation, so we don't do escort reaction. No one to chase. Patrol complete. Yes. So the only thing we have to check for is the fate of who was that again? Alan in green 3. So on a 9 to 12, he successfully lands. He got a 3, so he catches on fire. So we need a 10 or higher for him to bail out. And he got an 8, which means he winds up in the hospital. So Alan is in the hospital. Fortunately, he was one of our guys that was going to be fatigued, so we'll still have enough to send out next time. All these RTB planes just come back with no issue. Should have taken these no ammo markers off of them already. And that concludes Patrol 2, Take 2. Which hopefully I didn't make any other game-breaking mistakes this time. So we ended up with no escort kills, so no victory points there. We did have 7 bomber kills, but no Keta isolated, at least not that count for victory points. So we have a total of 7 victory points. No one bailed out, 1 was wounded, and no one was killed. And since Bailey made it back okay, he's going to be the victim of our bumpy landing. So he goes to the hospital as well. All right. So, like I said, we only ended up with 7 victory points this time, but I'm pretty happy with that result. I was afraid we were going to have a repeat of the first patrol, especially after not being able to catch them until after they dropped their bombs. But I'm pretty pleased with that. Now, that does mean we're still in the disaster category. So we're still in that 0 to 12 victory points. We have 8 now. But with 4 more patrols to go, we can hopefully at least get out of disaster, hopefully turn into a success. Excellence probably going to be pretty tough to reach unless we get really lucky on a couple of the patrols and can score 13 or more points on each one. And just a reminder again, if we get a disaster, that's basically an auto lose for the campaign. But then we have to get at least 1 excellent, and 2 successes are equivalent to an excellent in order for it to be a victory. All right. So that will do it for Patrol 2, Take 2. Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you do see any mistakes I made, please let me know in the comments. It'll help me and help others watching the video. And with that, I will see you in the next episode.